Hi friends, how are you all? I hope you are all in good health and prosperity. I suppose you are all very busy in doing some work. Some of you may be busy writing your homework. Some of you are busy in doing some project work. Due to some technical issue, I couldn't continue the previous uh, video, previous live video. So I have come once again to explain to you on the poetic devices. Poetic devices are very, very important in order to create interest in the audience or in the reader. I am going to teach you some common poetic devices with definitions and example. I suppose you can hear me now. Yes. So the poetic devices are, some of them you know it already, you must have heard. Metaphor, simile, alliteration, personification, and so on. Okay. To start with, first we shall see what is metaphor. Metaphor is also one of the poetic devices. The definition for metaphor is a comparison between two unlike things without using like or as. Example is, he is a lion on the battlefield. So you are comparing a person to a lion to convey bravery. So as we all know, lion is very brave. Okay, so you compare a person with a lion. He is a lion on the battlefield. That means he bravely fights on the battlefield. Okay, and the next one is simile. Simile is nothing but a comparison between two unlike things using like or as. Okay, example, he runs like a cheetah. So we all know very well, cheetah is the fastest animal, okay, among all the other animals. So he runs like a cheetah. That means he runs very fast. Okay. So here it is comparing a person's running ability to a cheetah. And next one is personification. So personification is nothing but attributing human qualities. So we human being have certain qualities. Okay. So it is attributed. Human qualities are being attributed or the characteristics to non-human entities such as objects or animals. For example, the sun smiled down on us. You understand? Usually sun won't smile, but as a matter of fact, they express in such a way to attract the audience. The sun smiled down on us, giving the sun human-like qualities. You understand? Next one is alliteration. So, what is the definition for alliteration? The repetition of initial consonant sounds. So the repetition of initial consonant sounds in words that are close together. For example, she sells seashells by the seashore. Okay. So the repetition of sound yes sound is being repeated. Okay. Next one is hyperbole. So, what is meant by hyperbole? An exaggeration used for emphasis or effect. That is hyperbole. Example, I am so hungry, I could eat a whole elephant. Of course, no human beings can eat a whole elephant. Our stomachs are very small. Elephant is a huge animal, okay, very big animal. But here it is hyperbole is nothing but exaggerating. Okay, exaggerating. I am so hungry, I could eat a whole elephant. That means the person is very, very hungry. Okay, here exaggerating hunger. Okay, next one is imagery. So, imagery is a kind of visual image. We try to create a visual image as they explain. We can, as if the very scene is going on right in front of our eyes, like. You understand? So, what is the definition for imagery? The use of language to create vivid sensory experiences for the reader. Okay, for example, the golden sun sank slowly into the ocean. Of course, sun cannot be golden, but it looks like gold. Golden sun sank slowly into the ocean. Okay, casting a warm glow over the sandy beach. Okay, so here creating a visual image. Visual image. Okay, next one is symbolism. So, what is symbolism? The use of objects, colors, and other elements to represent abstract ideas. Okay, abstract ideas means things that we can't see with our eyes. Okay, that is abstract. Let us say abstract noun. Pain is an abstract noun. Okay, there are certain things like joy is an abstract noun. Okay, so the use of objects, colors, or other elements to represent abstract ideas or concepts. Okay, example, the American flag represents freedom. So you can't see the freedom in the flag, but the flag represents, American flag represents freedom and patriotism. You understand? Okay. Example, the American flag represents freedom and patriotism. You understand? So, using a flag to symbolize abstract nouns, that is called symbolism. Okay. And the next one is irony. Irony means, for example, you try to contrast when you say something, a contrast between what is expected and what actually happens. For example, a student, after writing his or her homework, comes and shows you, and the teacher says that, oh, your handwriting is so good, but actually it is not good. Okay, what the teacher expects, students should write with good handwriting. So, what you are saying is different from what is actually. Okay, students' handwriting is not good, but yet the teacher says your handwriting is very good. That is to encourage the student, okay, by saying ironically. Okay, another example, a fire station catching on fire. Usually, fire station only puts off fire, help wherever there is a fire breakout. Fire station, if you ring up, they come and put out the fire. Okay, so here ironical statement is a fire station catching on fire. So contrast between expectation and the reality. Okay, next one is foreshadowing. What is the definition for foreshadowing? Hinting at events or plot twists that will occur later in the story. Giving a hint. Sometimes when we watch a film, we get a hint how the film is going to end. Or when we read a story, few pages after reading few pages, wow, how the story will go on and the end and so on, we know it. We can guess it. Okay, that is called foreshadowing. Example, the dark clouds gathering on the horizon foreshadowed the impending storm. Okay, if there is a dark cloud, naturally we know that there will be a heavy rain. That is called foreshadowing. Okay, and allusion. What is allusion? A reference to a person, place, event, or work of art that is outside the text itself. Okay, their love was like Romeo and Juliet. Okay, huh? A teacher is teaching on a poem. Okay, in that poem, it's a romantic poem, but the love between Romeo and Juliet is not mentioned, but yet the teacher gives an example. Their love was Romeo and Juliet. So here, referencing a famous literary work. Romeo and Juliet is a famous literary work that which is known by everyone. Okay, so here these literary devices help authors create rich, engaging, and meaningful texts that convey complex ideas and emotions. Okay, so once again, you listen. Okay, how I explain, what are the examples I have given, what are the definitions I have given for these poetic devices. It will be useful for ninth and 10th class students. Okay, thank you. All the best. Now and then I'll come back to you live or send videos from now onwards. Okay, be watchful and you can learn a lot. Thank you, one and all.